Hi, how you doing? This is Hamid Adli with another video here. Um, After the interviews that I did, I got a lot of questions about different topics, and one of the topics that I received questions on was Taqiya. This is one of the things certain elements in the media are reporting on, and people are really concerned, the American public and people that don't understand too much about Islam and our religion have asked me about this. Basically, Taqiyya was instilled in a time basically where Muslims were under attack, in a time when basically it was a time of fear and panic. And what Taqiyya is basically saying is that you can basically lie, uh, and the way it's being kind of blown out of proportion and saying, oh, you could lie to the unbelievers, or you can lie to them to further your cause. Well, that's simply not true. Um, it was instilled in a time of war, okay, and also when one sect was actually had conflict with another sect. That's another point that I'd like to say. Um, One sect of Islam was having a conflict with another sect, and so Taqiyya came about in order to so that one sect could not be victimized or attacked by certain people in the government or what they were doing at the time. So basically, they were saying that you should lie and say you're not part of this sect. So it wasn't even regarding the unbelievers. Okay, so Taqiyya comes from the root word of fear, and it's basically, to put it in simple terms, it's in a situation where if the Muslim feels that his life is threatened or in danger. Okay, again, as this was in a time of war back then, revealed, I believe in 765 A.D., around the 9th century. Um, it was never meant for a tool of deception. Okay, a lot of these elements of the media and people that are making certain documentaries are kind of blowing this out of proportion. I mean, us Muslims here in the U.S. are not using this, we're not utilizing this at this point, this technique, to lie to you. I mean, I know I'm not, and I know the Muslims that I know are not using this, and I can assure you, the Muslims in the United States are not ascribing to this. We're not lying to you when we see you on the street, when we're talking to you. Okay, Muslims are just practical people, everyday people. Okay, we're not here to use this technique on you on the street or when we see you. When we have meetings and community sessions, okay, I can assure you that this is not something that you need to worry about. And I was getting receiving a lot of emails regarding this topic, and it definitely concerned me because I've never used this technique, and I don't know anybody that's ever used this technique that is a true Muslim, and that's a good Muslim, peaceful Muslim. So consider that. Consider what I'm saying. Okay. I know a lot of people that watch my interviews or emailed me with questions probably have never known a Muslim personally. Maybe some of them have known them or seen them on the street, but I know a lot of them, it seemed like, you never have interacted with a Muslim. So I would say maybe go out and get yourself a little more educated about these things and read up on it, and maybe email or ask people in your community that are Muslim. Have a dialogue. So basically, this fear that you have of Taqiyya will go away, because I can assure you this is not what is going on in the United States. Another point I'd like to discuss here, this particular technique of Taqiyya was used by other religions. I mean, Christianity, Christians, good Christians, I love all Christians, by the way, were using this during the persecution during the Roman times, where the authority within the Christian faith was telling Christians to say they're not Christians in order to avoid persecution by the Romans at the time. The Jewish people, the wonderful Jewish people, were using this in Spain during persecution, where actually Muslims and Jews were both being persecuted, and the ruling elements of the Jewish religious class was actually mentioning this to the Jewish population, to mention that you're not Jewish, say that you're not Jewish in order to avoid persecution. So again, other religions have similar points, techniques, and a lot of the verses that you see or that you read online, or you're going to these websites that are showing you a lot of negativity about Muslims. Consider this: a coin has two sides. So you're reading one side of the story. You're reading up on these negative points, these negative aspects, and I would encourage you to read on the positive aspects and to read the entire story. Don't just read one verse. Read the entire chapter. Read the entire page. Is that verse being taken out of context? Was this verse revealed in a time of battle, in a time of war, thousands of years ago? Does this apply today? No, it doesn't. So when you're going to these websites that are filled with negativity, consider that and just consider doing a little more research and looking into it a little further. And of course, you can always email me as well. I've been getting emails left and right about these questions. And again, the certain radical extremist groups have exploited, these points to spread negativity about Islam. I mean, on both sides of the coin. We Muslims are about peace, about love, okay, about joy, about working together with you. Okay, Muslims are not here to spread Taqiya or do these negative things that you've been reading in the media and reading in the articles. Again, so I encourage you to go out and have a dialogue with Muslims. Maybe you can contact your local mosque and just have a dialogue, or maybe find out what day your local mosque in your city or your town or your state is having some type of conference or meeting, and just go and just simply just sit and listen and ask the imam questions, ask whoever's managing the mosque questions. There's a lot of knowledgeable people. There's a lot of great Muslims within the community that you can ask. You can ask me as well if you want. I mean, I reply to every single email. But yeah, again, to summarize, Taqiya, which is the root of Taqiya, the root word is fear. Okay, it's something that when Muslims feel that their life is threatened or in danger, back in a certain time of war, you could say, that you're not Muslim in order to avoid getting killed or having your life ended, obviously. And Christians and Jewish people did the same thing during times where they were being persecuted by whoever was ruling at the time, which would be the Romans and the Spanish in this particular example. It was never meant as a tool of deception, okay, used here within the United States. Never. Okay, I was never taught this. I've been going to the mosque my entire life. It's somewhere I go. I go to the mosque for spirituality, for peace, to find God. Not to breed hatred. Not to learn hatred. I go there for spirituality. And it's helped me a lot in my life. We all need somewhere to go, somewhere to pray, somewhere where we can seek spirituality in all its forms. And for me, that is where the mosque is. And for you, it's probably the church. It's probably a temple, a synagogue. And what I would like to say is, just keep in mind, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all have faults. We all make mistakes. So just consider it's your fellow man. It's a fellow human being. We were born into this world innocent, and we were given these great religions. Doesn't mean that we should use them as tools to divide each other. Doesn't mean that we should use these religions to fight each other. No, we should use these to unite and to teach each other about each other's religions and to work hand in hand for the betterment of humanity on a wide scale. I mean, I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to help those that do not understand things about Islam, to give a positive outlook, and to preach about peace, love, and the betterment of all, and working together hand in hand. Again, you can email me any of your questions. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Definitely check out my website, Muslim Peace Pledge. And I thank you for watching the video. Be on the lookout for another video soon, and you have yourself a peaceful day. Thank you.